Okay, my slide is very a simple slide, but I would, like I said, the focus would be on supervising PG students, and I personally think that the reason we have this slot is because we want to become effective supervisors. So topics given to me: how to be a counselor to your students, and how to guide students to get help. Okay. Personally, I think the most important thing for us is to start with building healthy supervisor-supervisee relationship. And I tell you, this is not easy. Okay. And then I also think that we have to have clear roles and expectations on each other. Okay. And the next thing that I also want to highlight is the sign that these people need help, academic or personal. Okay. It's not that we're gonna be their. It's not that we're gonna. It looks like it's a lot of job lah. It's a lot of things to do when we have to focus on their personal. We don't touch. If they are willing, sometimes because of their personal issues, it affects their academic focus. So we cannot just dismiss the fact that they have personal issues. Kata, ni personal, no. Focus on academic. No, no one can do that. I think we all know that. And then I also try to propose strategies lah. What can be done. Actually, there are more, but I don't know whether we can get it done in 2 hours. I really think that we should put these guidelines on helping in a document form so that it can be referred by anyone. And I will share my supervisor's view. This slide is on building relationship. Number 1, begin with building a good rapport. It is an effort. It is not something natural. It is something that you have to put some effort. Maybe you don't have to be I know we have different personality as lecturers, and the way we carry ourselves will be different, but building rapport is just like you want to make sure that you have that good relationship with them and try to know your client, your supervisor, what kind of a person. Most of the time, these people, the supervisor is our students. But always remember, student-lecturer relationship is different. Kita mungkin a little bit, strict and garang, when we're teaching them, because we want them in class, the nature is different. But building rapport here is more on getting to know your supervisor. Create the working alliance. Working alliance is a really professional relationship. Okay, that will ease the process of 3 C's. Number 1 is for us, when we have that working alliance, we are clear about, we want to stay connected with them. We want to communicate our concern, because sometimes we have concern, we have worries about them. We keep it to ourselves. We don't convey to them. We talk about it in department, at the kuliah, with our colleague, but it's not communicated to them. So that is probably some of the things that sometimes we do lah, because we overlook the part that is important for us to convey our concern. Another part that I also think is important is listen to them. And this is a part that yang I can use the counseling aspect is when we listen with our eyes, our ear, not just with our ears. Eyes, because we want to observe, we want to see the non-verbal reaction. We want to see, not just hear what they say. Sometimes what they say, what they do are 2 different things. And when people are not, if people are in a very difficult situation, sometimes they cannot be thinking the way they think, the way they say things, and the way they feel sometimes may not be consistent. So it's good to be able to listen with your eyes, ears, and heart. Famous counselors, Gary Landers once said that if you don't listen with your heart, perhaps you don't listen at all. That's a very powerful thing said by a counselor, and he's actually a play therapist. He said that. So that's really, you know, a good thing to understand why we have to listen with our heart, because sometimes we just hear things on the surface, but what comes with it, what is not said. In counseling, what is not said is also important than what is said, because what is people choose what they want to say. So it's good to listen with your heart so that you can have that empathy. The humanizing part of helping others is within our heart. Okay. Next is balance the professional and personal boundary. We have this dual relationship because we want to be, we cannot be their friend totally, but we can be, because there's still ethical boundary. I mentioned this because some students, they can go overboard, but so that's why I have this, perhaps create a professional supervisory contract, and that if you want to make it official, that is very good lah. Let me go back to be clear on your roles and my roles. I mean, their roles and our roles, their expectation and my expectation. How do you know this? We don't know if we don't ask. They don't know if we don't tell. So our job is, when we have this first interaction with them, we spell them out, tell them what we want them to do, what are our expectations. Because there are students who give document yesterday and want it today, and that's not fair. Roles and my roles ni is really need to be spelled out lah. Jangan menjeruk hati or keep it to yourself, and at the end kita pun tak happy dengan dia pun tak happy dengan kita. Okay. And I also think that we should remind them to be ethical and observe adab in interacting with us and each other.